So on Ifugao Customary Law, um, our main advisors actually in the implementation of Ifugao Customary Law would be the elders, recognized elders of the community. We call them Amod. They're not really old. Um, our reference to wise people in the community is gender neutral. It's not age specific. Unlike most areas in the Cordilleras, and in fact, among indigenous peoples in the Philippines, you would have this title of elders, which literally means old. But among the Ifugaos, for as long as the person is recognized to have this knowledge about customary law, wide knowledge of customary law, and understanding, of course, then they would be recognized as Amod or Nanamnuman, um, wise people of the community, people with wisdom. That would include the mumbaki most of the time because the mumbaki has this very sharp memory, so they're familiar with customary law, how ancestors did it in the past, how ancestors solved issues of the community in the past. So there's always this presumption that mumbakis are very familiar with customary law, but you don't have to be a mumbaki to be familiar with customary law. So if there's an issue that arises within the community, it depends on the conflict actually. Now we have like territory disputes or boundary disputes. It would have to be solved by elders or knowledgeable people in the community. So you would gather a council of wise people, men and women, um, and then by interpreting customary law, they would decide on the issue using customary law, and their decision would always be final. Uh, conflict resolution among in traditional conflict resolution among the Ifugaos based on customary law is always towards peaceful settlement. So, especially when it comes to natural resources management, like forests, lands, Ifugaos prefer to do it traditionally and not go to the courts. We've had this court since 100 years ago, but if you go to the court, you always end up like hating each other more. But the Ifugao process is much it's more geared towards reconciliation. So the elders make sure these knowledgeable people have to make sure that there's no bitterness among the parties that would continue or that would escalate the conflict. So, and Ifugaos trust this system more than they do the courts. The national laws are these are we look at it as like an outside imposition because it infringes on customary law. So, but not in all cases. So as I've said, um, issues on forest on rice terraces are still resolved using customary law, and it works better than going to the regular courts.